All right, guys, getting my wife's Jeep Compass ready to sell here. We have somebody coming over at 3:30 today, so I wanted to just show you how I go about kind of detailing, just a quick run through detail for cleaning vehicles up before you go to sell them. Obviously not trying to hide anything, but you want it to look as presentable as possible, so that way people don't have any doubts about the purchase. So here's kind of a before run through. And what I'm gonna start with doing is taking my air compressor here, and I'm gonna go and just blast out all these leaves, all the extra dirt, all that crap out of here before we use any sort of wet compound or anything to clean it up. So we'll start with that. So one of my favorite tools to use when blowing stuff out, specifically like on the sides of between where the door is and the seats, all the dust and food particles and stuff that get stuck down there, I really like using this long reach blowgun for. Obviously for under the hood, we can use this as well. So I'm sure this is not the way that a lot of people or professionals would do this, but I actually really like using WD-40 and just some shop rags. It really helps clean up and give all the plastic in here. Obviously newer engine bays, late model engine bays have a lot more plastic on them. Does a good job cleaning them up, and it actually kind of, from what I hear, it moisturizes that plastic so it doesn't become as brittle over time. So this is something, you know, you can do on these rubber pieces and any metal where it looks like it's going to be rusting, you know, even over here on the strut tower, stuff like that. Having that little bit of oil on there will actually help that not to rust as well. So it's kind of a win-win situation. So as you can see, it doesn't take but a couple seconds to get your rag completely black from all the dirt. I won't make you watch all this, but I'll just kind of jump ahead in a couple seconds here and show you what it looks like after I spend probably about 5 minutes just underneath here with the WD-40 and a couple rags. So just checking in to show you kind of about halfway through what this looks like. You can obviously see where I got some overspray onto these hoses here. Those are gonna shape up in just a couple seconds. All right, another progress video here. Things are shaping up. This is one of the most satisfying spots here. Kind of letting all this soak in and come right off afterwards. See this in real time. You can see even that first little strip there, how much better that's looking. All right, so this is after a few minutes of working on the strut tower. Full disclosure, I did use a little brush, like a nylon brush, to get in there as well. Makes a big difference for getting in some of those nooks and crannies where it's a little bit harder to get in with your finger. But just for comparison's sake, that's what it looked like before. This is what it looks like after a couple minutes. So definitely a big difference for this engine bay, and we're not done yet. All right, so I got that strut tower taken care of, and then I came around those bottles up to the front here. So what I like to do is go back through one last time, because you're gonna have overspray where you can kind of see some of these dots on here. Overspray from other times you were spraying the WD-40, so please go back through again and wipe everything down, and it'll really shape it up and make it look a lot nicer. So I've got to go back through and dry a couple more things. You can see up front here is still a little bit wet, but definitely a night and day difference between what we started with and what we have now. Just wanted to share this little tip that I had, and hopefully it can help some of you guys out as well. Again, not a professional, but I flipped enough cars to know kind of what it takes to ease people's minds. Pretty much if there's not leaks on the ground, if they're a mechanic, they'll look at the oil cap and stuff like that as well. But they just want to see that everything looks put together and nothing out of the ordinary. So you can get that extra couple $100 out of people by this thing looking as nice as possible. Thanks for watching.